when we prepared to open Southland College Prep, I talked about the dream, the vision, the mission of preparing our students to be competitive in a world that's larger than ours and to fill the hopes and dreams of the community. This dream was something that was very tangible to us.
Southland especially, I think, reflects the dreams and the passions of a community for excellence in education.
The question in this community was, where will your child go to high school? And it was a question that was of some concern.
And we were hoping and praying for a school that would prepare them for college.
From the first day, I could tell that Southland offered its students a lot of opportunities.
The opportunities you get here is just amazing. Like, you don't have to pay for your AP test here. You don't have to pay for your SAT or ACT test here. So it makes it not only affordable, but they really prepare you for what's to come.
I remember Dr. Davis was speaking. One of the most distinct memories I have from that day is when she gave us the holders for the diploma. And I was like, wow, this is the real deal.
I was 23 out of 25 on the waiting list. Day one, I had a positive attitude. I didn't care where I would be as long as I'd be under the Southland name, learning from Southland teachers.
And I'm so glad that I didn't turn my back and say I couldn't accept the challenge, because I stand here now and I've proven, as well as my peers, that we excelled and we did the best that we could.
The strong should take care of the weak. The students of today are the leaders of tomorrow. We are a family-oriented school. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. Our responsibilities never end. Our education does not end in the classroom.
Becoming role models, leaving a place better than we found it. If you really take hold of those lines and apply it to your life, you could make a profound difference.
Seeing the art program, the band, the chorus, drama, and dance, using it as a vehicle for teaching to present oneself with class and dignity and integrity is of the utmost importance.
My philosophy has always been that there's more than one way to solve a problem, that there isn't one correct way, and that problem solving is a creative process. It's not memorization as much as it is how to attack something.
Ultimately, I'm looking for them to not remember the things that we've read per se, or remember that, Hamlet is a tragedy by Shakespeare, but rather that they can take those skills and then employ them in their lives beyond.
Mr. Lane was so crucial to my college selection process. He took the time to sit down to get to know me so that he could suggest colleges that weren't only a good match for my career interests or my academic interests, but also for who I was as a person. We also took a lot of time to research scholarships so that not only could I go to my dream school, but I could go for as little money as possible. I don't think I would have found the success that I did in my college selection process if it weren't for Mr. Lane. He was really instrumental in that process.
Southland has benefited from a number of architects, and probably the most important architect outside of Dr. Davis would be Mr. Ron Anderson, who is a pioneer at Southland in relation to creating the foundation of the college application process. He took a model in which we wanted every single student to have individualized strategic advising in terms of what's going to be the best school for him or her. This is really what's created the sense of choice, the sense of options, and obviously the abundance of financial resources. And in that model, we've created that sense of belief that anything is possible, any school is possible, any region is possible for a Southland student. We've had our students accepted to every Ivy League institution in America.
50 of the top 50
U.S. national universities and every single HBCU in America.
Quite a milestone for a group of students. Every member of the graduating class of Southland College Prep in Richton Park has been accepted by colleges and universities. Altogether, they've earned more than $5.5 million in scholarships.
A small high school in the southwest suburbs is helping to change the lives of its students.
Every student, all of you are all in.
Hofstra University.
University of Notre Dame.
Washington University.
Morehouse College.
Yale University.
Yale!
Yes.
And for the third consecutive year, the entire graduating class from Southland College Prep is headed to college. All 109 graduates have been accepted to schools across the country, including 36 of the top 50 ranked United States colleges and universities.
That is amazing.
What a group
Good
of
for
students,
they need
right?
to be honored for that. Exactly. That is incredible.
An entire class of graduating seniors has a lot to be proud of.
The class of 2017 is all in.
$25,327,000.
That's how much these college-bound students have been awarded in scholarships to make their dreams a reality.
And the class of 2018 is all in.
Class of 2018 graduates notched $28.2 million in merit-based scholarships. Southland College Prep seniors have secured more than $100 million in scholarships with its first 5 graduating classes.
$100 million is a staggering figure, and it's really a staggering figure for 5 classes for the little engine that could.
You are all in.
The South Suburban High School gets ready for graduation. They have a big reason to celebrate. The entire graduating class got accepted to college.
Another reason to celebrate, this senior class was awarded more than $50 million in merit-based scholarships.
Congratulations. The Southland has had 6 graduating classes, and all 6 have had a 100% graduation rate. Way to go.
Wow. The class of 2020, you are all in.
Circumstances may have forced them apart, but the senior class at Southland College Prep in Richton Park was all in as the school celebrated all 136 students in the class of 2020 heading to college. The class of seniors are the South Suburban Charter High School's 7th graduating class to all be accepted by an institution of higher learning, earning this year collectively nearly $60 million in merit-based scholarships. So far, graduating classes at Southland have racked up over $200 million in scholarship offers.
When historians write about the class of 2020, you know what they're going to say? They achieved despite everything.
Class of 2021, you are all in.
Southland College Prep are really celebrating an impressive achievement because that school's 138 seniors have all been accepted to college. They held a virtual celebration at the Richton Park campus this morning. This is, in fact, the 8th straight year that the school's seniors achieved that 100% college acceptance rate. And then get this, the students also earned $50 million in merit-based scholarships. Actually, 30 of the grads earning $1 million or more. So congratulations to all of them tonight.
The class of 2022 is all in.
Big celebration today at Southland College Prep High School, where all 115 students are heading to college or university.
It's amazing.
Illinois State University.
The University of Chicago.
Howard University.
And on it goes. 115 students in the graduating class, and every single one headed to college. 4 students are heading to Ivy League schools, including Zari Carbons, who got into 2.
Then I got into Harvard and Yale.
Harvard and Yale?
Yes.
And what was your reaction?
Confusion.
Stunned, I would imagine.
Yes. It shows you that no matter what the circumstances, it can be done with any child. And I feel a great sense of pride that that turned out to be true.
The class of 2023 is...
There's definitely a celebratory mood today at Southland College Prep Charter High School. Not only have all 125 seniors been accepted to the colleges and universities of their choice, but the class of 2023 has been offered $60 million in merit and need-based scholarships. Valedictorian Haley Love is the first in her family to go to college. She's been accepted to a record 5 Ivy League schools. She also has $4 million in scholarships, and she's a Gates Scholar, which will pay for 100% of her college costs. She credits her family and her school.
They always push the importance of being educated, going to college, learning more about not only yourself, but also about the world around you. And it really sparked a curiosity and an urgency to learning.
It is our strongest class academically. It is the strongest class in terms of where they've been accepted and in amounts of scholarship. Who would have thought?
Despite spending most of high school learning virtually and socially distancing, these students made remarkable achievements as the 10th all-in graduating class of Southland College Prep Charter School.
Not only have we prepared students to go on to college, and we've been able to provide the means, what we've been able to do is to stimulate a sense of hope. I know that it's a little bit old-fashioned, but a sense that the American dream, in the old definition of it, the definition that we had when we were growing up, the American dream, this business of coming to our shores and doing better than those who did before, the American dream can be achieved. And if you ask me how in the future you will define Southland College Prep, it will be about that dream. It will be about that mission. And it will be about the faith that we as a community, as a people have. And simply, that is Southland College Prep.
Good evening, everyone. So here's some information on the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance holds a significant place in the hearts of the American people, representing a profound commitment to the ideals and values that define us. To the American people, the Pledge of Allegiance signifies unity. It symbolizes a collective commitment to the nation and reinforces the notion that, despite diverse origins, we are all the same Americans. Moreover, the pledge embodies patriotism and a sense of civic duty. It fosters a deep appreciation for the principles upon which the nation was founded and the sacrifices made to preserve its freedom. When reciting the pledge, individuals honor the courage of those who have fought for liberty and democracy, as well as the responsibility to uphold these cherished values. It inspires citizens to actively participate in the democratic process, contributing to the welfare and progress of their own nation. The Pledge of Allegiance is also a powerful reminder of the freedoms and opportunities that Americans hold so dearly. It encapsulates the ideals of equality, justice, and individual freedoms, reinforcing the belief that all citizens have the right to pursue happiness and fulfill their own potential. Through its recitation, individuals express gratitude for the freedoms and the shared values that bind Americans together and reminds us all of the collective journey towards a more powerful union. So now, please rise as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated, and let's have a great graduation.
The faith that the dark past has taught us, and sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun. Till victory is won. Oh,
Thank you, Ms. Norman and Michael. Ranked third in his class with a solid 4.77 GPA, Michael Igbinoba has clearly demonstrated excellence in and out of the classroom. During his time at Southland, he was a member of the National Honor Society, a member and section leader with the Ambassador Band for 3 years, and a leader of the Model UN team. Beyond school, Michael has been an avid volunteer for 7 years at the Matson Public Library, as well as being a volunteer at the Creech Lions Club for recycling. He was also recently named an Illinois State Scholar, a College Board's National African American Recognition Scholar, and received the Golden Apple Award for 4 consecutive years. These accomplishments have not gone without notice. Michael has received over $4 million in scholarships, and after acceptance from a number of top 20 institutions, he has ultimately chosen to attend Princeton University. He will be attending Princeton on a near full-ride scholarship this fall as Southland's first ever direct admit. He plans to major in computer science and minor in statistics and machine learning. Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement for Southland College Prep Charter High School class of 2023. My name is Dr. Levy, and I am Southland's Director of Operations. It is my honor and privilege to preside over this commencement on behalf of the Board of Education, CEO, Dr. Blondine Y. Davis, the administration, and the staff of Southland College Prep Charter High School. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the administration of Southland College Prep, who work tirelessly with students, staff, and parents for the benefit of our students. Dr. Harold Johnson, Chief of Staff, Dr. Ayanna Harris, Director of Special Education and Student Support Services, Mr. Robert Lane, Director of College Admissions, Ms. Cheryl Frazier, Director of Test Adjudication, Mr. Homer Thomas, Athletic Director, Dr. Carl Colgar, Director of Fine Arts, Mr. Lee Stanton, Associate Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Douglas Hamilton, Associate Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Mr. Marvin Talley, Associate Superintendent, Dr. Robert Tomich, Associate Superintendent. Let's give them a round of applause. Now please join me in recognizing and acknowledging the faculty and staff who have fostered the education of these graduates. Faculty and staff who are here today, would you please stand? Thank you for your perseverance and commitment. It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2023 salutatorian, Omotunde Oyende. A member of the National Honor Society, Omotunde ranks number 2 in her class with a GPA of 4.82. While she is passionately involved in extracurricular activities like Interact Club, the National Honor Society, she also finds time to be active as a volunteer with several organizations, including Cancer Kids First, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, the Orland Park Public Library, to name a few. She has received numerous academic awards and honors, including the CEO Straight A Scholar 3 times, and has been recognized for the African American Recipient Award. She has received over $3.8 million in merit scholarships. Omotunde will be attending Washington University in St. Louis and majored in biochemistry as she moves toward a career in gastroenterology. Please welcome Omotunde Oyende.
Dedication. In order to excel, you must be completely dedicated to your chosen goal. You must also be prepared to work hard and accept constructive feedback. Dedication is the ultimate key to success in life. Good evening, friends, families, teachers, administration, and Board of Education members. I am so honored to be here today, making my final speech as your salutatorian. This ceremony is both a celebration of what we have all accomplished and the challenge for us to strive for even greater heights. As I look into this crowd, I see over 100 dedicated, capable, and ambitious teenagers that hold the future in their hands. This is our world now, and we have the power to make it a more desirable place. The journey to this position, however, was not easy. We all had to grow in some way. We grew accustomed to Southland's extensive school schedule. We grew accustomed to the non-traditional grading system. We grew accustomed to online learning during the pandemic. We even grew accustomed to simply learning how to read picture books. And as we grew up, we moved on to chapter books. Now, here we are closing one chapter of our lives and turning the page to a new one. We grew up learning and earning wisdom from the teachers and faculty we've had over the past 4 years. They sparked something within us to be our best selves. I'll never forget Freshman Academy, where we were introduced to our school creed. There was a certain line that caught my attention. That line was, "The students of today are the leaders of tomorrow." It was something so simple, yet so profound. All it takes is one small idea to make a huge impact in the lives of many. We students start off our day with this positive affirmation, something that keeps us going and persevering forward into greatness. This ideology, instilled in us by Southland, lets us all know that we have the potential to be great, a greatness that is formed by our choices and the people in our lives. It also shows us that we can be leaders to not just the students of Southland, but also to our society. I hope that we all never lose sight of that greatness that we hold inside of us today. I encourage all of us to make our own personal commitments so that we, the students of today, may continue to shine together as the leaders of tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Omotunde. It is a tremendous honor for me to call forward our class of 2023 valedictorian, Haley Love. With a GPA of 4.85, Haley is at the top of her class. She has served as first chair violinist in the Southland String Ensemble for all 4 years, performing alongside the Grammy Award-winning Baroque Orchestra, Apollo's Fire. She was also captain of the Lady Eagles tennis team, vice president of National Honor Society, and spent a summer with the Princeton Summer Journalism Program. Admirably, Haley has taught young children how to play string instruments every Saturday morning over the past 2 years for Matson's Public School, District 162. Haley was accepted to 24 colleges, including some of the world's most prestigious institutions: Northwestern, the University of Chicago, Spelman College, NYU, and Smith College. Remarkably, she was not only accepted to 1, but 5 Ivy League colleges. Which included Brown University, Columbia University, Cornell University, the University of Pennsylvania, and Yale University, a Southland record. She amassed over $4.6 million in school-specific scholarships. With a full ride to a school of her choice with the elusive Gates Scholarship. In the fall, Haley has decided to take her talents to Yale University. Currently, she is trying to decide between English and humanities as a major. Please welcome Haley Love.
The year was 2019. 127 students sitting in front of you today were entering the land, our nickname for Southland College Prep, for the very first time. Some random dude somewhere in the world had just coughed, and for both of these reasons, the very foundation of our worlds was about to change. Every generation takes pride in saying, well, back in my day, we had to go to school in, and listing the most incredible, amazing, unbelievable things you've ever heard. However, I think with balancing 4:37 p.m. dismissal in our freshman year and doing virtual classes, y'all can clap for that. Yeah. I know y'all want to over there. I think we can definitely say we might have them beat now. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to family, friends, loved ones, faculty, and administration. And of course, good evening to the lovely class of 2023. Welcome and congratulations. If you are sitting here today, it means you have made it through some of the most difficult years that Southland and the world has ever faced. I struggled for a long time thinking about what I'd say when I got up here. Given the theme of excellence for this graduation, I wanted to give some really deep and profound future speech, something that would really inspire you guys. But to talk about the future, I had to go back in the past. And when I would come in from school every day, my mom would ask me, hey, Haley, how was school today? And I would always say, it was all right. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then I sat down and thought about what ordinary really was across 4 years. I met people who worked on composing full scores in the morning while rushing to finish calculus homework. People who used pictures and research to curate exhibits during their time out of school to draw attention to the issues and livelihoods of Black women. I met people who could go to basketball or volleyball or cheerleading practices on the weekends, then come back home and do every stage of hair care, from lining to trimming to locks to braiding, with book calendars, like professionals. It looks amazing. Every day I came to school, whether it was virtual or in person, and became inspired by incredible people doing amazing things around me. People who took time off from school, but never from learning and from becoming more passionate, incredible people. But more than what they were capable of academically, athletically, and in careers, what made everyone more extraordinary was their character. My classmates who would tutor me and catch me up in classes for free when I was absent due to outstanding sickness. My counselors who would wake up a little extra early to pick me up when I missed the bus and we didn't have a car. My teachers who listened to me and who hyped me up when I couldn't find it in me to believe in myself. And the kindness I was shown by people was not the exception, it was the expectation. Southland's class of 2023 has such a unique gift of being as intelligent as they are kind and outgoing. So I hope you can all understand. Southland is such a special place because the mundane and ordinary here is extraordinary. I know you guys are getting pretty tired of hearing about the negative effects of the pandemic, so I'll give you guys a positive one. Woohoo! It has created a class that has so much grit and so much character that nothing, not virtual classes, not teacher swaps mid-year, and not even a 4:37 p.m. class time, because I have to emphasize that again, that was hard. Nothing could break them. And just as one small cough could change the world 4 years ago, so could one graduation now, ours. Even though we've definitely had our moments, the class of 2023 was a class that went above and beyond, and most importantly, persevered. As I stand here before you all today, I hope you can understand I am here not just because of self-determination, but also because of an extraordinary community, no, an extraordinary family that I formed that made me work harder to get here. And I want to give a special shout out to a few special people in my life. I'll try to keep it brief, but I don't want to miss anyone important, so please bear with me. First of all, my mom. In between serious medical issues, doctor visits, and just plain old life, she still found the time and the energy to pick me up and drop me off for every major thing I have to do, ranging from tennis to viola-related practices, to concerts, to everything. She always checked on me and was there when I needed her most. To my chosen family and to my actual family that's sitting in the audience who helped uplift my mom and myself, who I could call for just about anything and trust that they had my back. To the Loftons, hi, who allowed me into their home and made me feel like a part of their family. To all my teachers, but especially to Mr. Goldman, Mr. Gagaman, Mr. Kowalski, who taught me in 8th grade, Ms. Panazzo, Mr. Johnson, Ms. Holovich, Mr. Gratz, and most importantly, Mr. Wales. The teachers who pushed me the hardest, but were the kindest when I needed them, and supported me the most when I faced difficulties both in and outside of school. To Ms. Stone and Mr. Lane, who helped me with scholarships and college admissions, and with my social emotional reflections equal parts. Thank you. To Dr. Kogar and Mr. Lights, they helped me get my first jobs, woohoo, money. To Alex, who in the middle of juggling his own course load and work outside of school, came to all of my tennis matches and concerts. Hi. Okay, I'm almost done, y'all, I promise. I gotta shout out my strings kids, everybody who I worked with Apollo's Fire and with Southland, talented musicians, I hope they keep going. The students that I tutored in physics and algebra 2, and even some geometry, hi y'all. My entire calculus class, Nakia gets it. And finally, Jirai and Layla, if you guys are watching back home, hi, I love y'all, and I really love everybody who I've mentioned. All of you guys have touched my hearts and really made me a better person. I love you all so much. Thank you for everything. Now, Now to get back on topic, I went on a little tangent there, but we might be a small group, but we have a class full of intelligent and innovative people who decided they weren't going to wait until after high school to pursue their next big thing. As we move into this new chapter in our lives, I only hope you will go into the world and show everyone the ordinary extraordinary that you've shown me here in these last 4 years. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Haley. Well deserved. And now, the Southland Band. Thank you, Mr. Harrigan and the Southland Concert Band. At this time, I would like to invite Jada Bovia to the podium to introduce our guest speaker. As a student in the number 4 spot with a GPA of a 4.73, Jada has been a 4-year member of the dance program in Marching Lady Eagles. She has used her talent as a dancer to pay it forward as a student dance teacher for Dancepiration Dance Center. Jada has also earned 130 community service hours at the 18th cohort of a Long Walk Homes Leadership Institution. In addition to dance, Jada has several pieces of artwork featured in various magazines, at the School of the Art Institute in Chicago. In the fall, she will attend Rice University, hoping to major in sociology. Please welcome Jada.
Congresswoman Robin Kelly has dedicated her career to public service as an advocate for Illinois families. Prior to being elected to serve the 2nd Congressional District in 2013, Congresswoman Kelly was a member of the Illinois House of Representatives, served as Chief Administrative Officer of Cook County, and was Chief of Staff to Illinois State Treasurer Alexi Janulius, becoming the first African-American woman to serve as Chief of Staff to an elected constitutional statewide officeholder. As a member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, the Congresswoman's work is focused on expanding access to health care, consumer protection for American families, and economic development. She is also a member of the House Democratic Steering and Policy Committee, which sets the policy direction of the Democratic Caucus. A staunch champion of common sense gun reforms and responsible community policing, Representative Kelly is a co-chair of the Congressional Gun Violence Prevention Task Force and is the author of the 2014 Kelly Report on Gun Violence in America, the first ever congressional analysis of the nation's gun violence epidemic that offers a blueprint for ending the crisis. Committed to improving the health and wellness of vulnerable communities across the country, the Congresswoman serves as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus Health Brain Trust and co-chairs the Congressional Caucus on Black Women and Girls. She also co-chairs the House Democratic Policy Group and House Tech Accountability Caucus. Congresswoman Kelly attended Bradley University in Peoria, where she earned her bachelor's in psychology and master's in counseling. She later received a PhD in political science from Northern Illinois University. She lives in Matson with her husband, Dr. Nathaniel Horn, and has 2 adult children, Kelly and Ryan. Please welcome our 2023 commencement speaker, Congresswoman Robin Kelly.
Distinguished faculty, proud parents, honored guests, and most importantly, the resilient and inspiring graduates of Southland College Prep Charter High School, it is an honor to be here today to celebrate this tremendous occasion. Nearly 50 years ago, I'm telling my age, it was June 1973, and I was in your shoes, listening to my high school graduation speaker. I remember sitting with my classmates waiting for my name to be called and hoping that my commencement speaker would get on with it so that I could go out to celebrate with my family. In all seriousness, I remember the mix of excitement and uncertainty. I felt the day of my graduation at the prospect of starting a whole new phase of my life. I was also wondering if this New York City girl had made the right decision to come to Peoria, Illinois to attend Bradley University. I had spent the better part of my entire senior year formulating my plan for after I graduated and resolved that I would move almost halfway across the country from New York to Illinois to study psychology at Bradley, where I would then hope to become a child psychiatrist. When I walked across my graduation stage, I felt like I could see my whole future mapped out ahead of me. However, teenage Robin certainly didn't see Congress factoring in her plans. While I did graduate from Bradley University with a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in counseling, I chose not to become a child psychologist or psychiatrist. I found that while I was passionate about the field, there were other career paths that I could take to help advocate for children and address the root causes of the issues impacting our communities. I will say sometimes in my current job as a member of Congress that I feel like I am a child psychologist, and I pull on my experiences having once worked at a daycare in college, you know, dealing with children and cleaning up messes, great preparation for this job. Like mine, your plans will evolve over time and adapt to new opportunities, allowing you to work on issues you are passionate about and make a positive difference in the lives of others. Through college and some of my early jobs, daycare worker, cashier, credit collector, I learned how to deal with different kinds of people, to roll with the punches, to adapt, and to be quick on my feet. I also learned to put the needs of others before my own and take pride in being able to help someone grow and prosper, two important pillars of public service. These jobs were an on-ramp to a career that eventually led me to Congress, somewhere I never thought I would ever be. As you contemplate your own road in life, I hope you will consider a career in public service, or at least a season of service. I would love it if each and every one of you gave serious thought to one day taking my job. Not today, though, or tomorrow. However, when it's time to pass the baton from me or someone else, I want to be able to look to you to help lead this nation. This graduating class is among the best and brightest that our country has to offer, and we need you to get involved. You have new ideas, fresh perspectives, and an openness to progress that will help move this country forward. I've already seen your generation's energy and commitment exemplified by my colleague, Representative Maxwell Frost from Florida. He's 25. Frankly, our nation needs more leaders committed to improving the lives of others at all levels of government. From global pandemics to climate change, the answers to the most pressing challenges of our lifetime rest with you and your generation. We need people who are guided by the belief that the government can and should help to improve the lives of its citizens. Honorable public servants who put their constituents before companies, who see themselves as working for the people, not the other way around. People who are driven by a duty to promote the common good and a desire to leave the world a better place than they found it. Regular people like you and me who one day decided to step up and answer the call to service. It's a call I answered more than 2 decades ago, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. It's a call I'm now issuing to all of you. I'm enlisting you all in a fight for the future of our country. Even if your road ahead doesn't lead to a life in politics, I urge you to get involved in other ways. Whether you are already 18 or are eagerly awaiting your 18th birthday, one of the most important things you can do to protect our democracy is to register to vote and turn out for every election. Know who your local officials are. Go to the meetings. Get engaged in the ongoing debate about the direction of our country, this state, or the city or town you call home. You owe it to yourself and to your community to be an active participant in our democracy. Today's shifting social and political landscape has created a terrific window of opportunity for you to not only have a seat at the table, but to also set the agenda. From climate change to cybersecurity to artificial intelligence, the answers to these challenges will lie with you. Some people may have a negative view of people in public service. As with any profession, there are some bad actors, but you can help write a new script. It is never too early. Every year, my youth cabinet helps advise me in Congress on a variety of pressing national issues, and I'm glad that Madison Hall, who's graduating with you today, is a part of that cabinet. In city after city, I have been so encouraged by the grassroots youth activism I've seen, especially among high school students all across this country who are outraged by issues such as gun violence, racial injustice, and the deadly impact of COVID-19. Your voice is one of your most valuable possessions. Use it and watch it change the world. Everyone can make a difference. You just have to try. And while the march of progress is often slow and frustrating, we must keep moving forward, because the only certainty in life is that you never get anywhere by standing still. No matter where you're headed in life, remember that no one gets there by themselves. I encourage you to maintain the bonds you have made here at Southland, as well as those you might make in college, the military, or a job. They will be building blocks of your future success. I also encourage you to thank your family, your teachers, and others who have been there for you. And when it comes to that success, be sure to measure it by your own yardstick and not your neighbor's. The person sitting next to you may be on a different path, but there are many different roads to personal achievement and self-actualization. And in the end, regardless of the route you take, happiness should be your ultimate destination. But before I go, I'd like to leave you with a poem that has always been a great source of inspiration to me. I hope that you'll find it inspiring as well. Now we're sitting in a theater, so just listen. Life is a theater. Invite your audience carefully. Not everyone is healthy enough to have a front row seat in your life. There are some people in your life who need to be loved from a distance. It is amazing what you can accomplish when you let go of or minimize your time with those draining, negative, incompatible. Y'all can relate to this already. Not going anywhere relationships or friendships. Observe the relationships around you. Pay close attention. Which ones lift? Which ones lean? Which ones encourage? Which ones discourage? Which ones are on the path of growth uphill and which ones are going downhill? When you leave certain people, do you feel better or do you feel worse? Which ones have drama or don't really understand, know, or appreciate you and the gifts that lie within you? Class of 2023, welcome to a new beginning. That's what graduation is, the beginning. My hope is that this beginning will put you on the path to become a leader in your community, a leader in this country, and maybe even a leader in Congress. As you embark on your exciting journey, remember, be bold, be brave, be the leaders of tomorrow. And as Ralph Waldo Emerson so eloquently stated, don't be pushed by your problems, be led by your dreams. I wish you luck on the road that lies ahead. Congratulations again. I am so proud, because I know I represent all of you. I'm so proud of that, and come see me in DC. Thank you.
We will now hear a selection from the Southland High School Legacy Concert Choir under the direction of Miss Norman.
scholarships for our deserving students, I am honored to stand here in proxy for one who has delivered these announcements for Southland since our first graduation ceremony in 2014. Mr. Homer Thomas, we are thinking of you today. Let's give it up for Homer. Southland's first 10 graduating classes, 2014 to today, have been offered more than $350 million in scholarships. And this year, we are proud to announce that our students have received over $60 million in scholarships. So let's hear who they are. Let's begin. The Gates Millennium Scholars Program, established in 1999, is a $1.6 billion initiative funded by grants from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This scholarship is renewable for Gates Millennium Scholars maintaining satisfactory academic progress throughout their postgraduate programs. This year's recipient is awarded to Haley Love, who will be attending Yale University. The Vivian E. Covington Scholarship is named after the first female mayor making history in the 44-plus history of the village of University Park in Will County. The Covington Scholarship is awarded to Riley Bassano in the amount of $1,000. Riley will be attending the University of Missouri-Columbia. The Harold Dolores Johnson Foundation, named after my parents, Dr. Chip Johnson, me, and Mrs. Denise Johnson Webb, my sister, have awarded scholarships to those attending historically black colleges or universities since 2011. This year, Jada Phillips will receive $1,000 as she heads to, as some say, the real HU, Howard University in Washington, D.C. The Richard R. Siska Real Men Read Scholarship is named after the late Richard Siska. Rick began reading to children at the Matheson Elementary School, and by his contagious enthusiasm and partnership with author John Fountain, Mr. Rick, as he was known by the children, actively recruited numerous other men from his community to read to the children, allowing the program to expand district-wide. The recipients of the Richard R. Siska Real Men Read go to Christopher Silla Roberson and Markel Fields in the amount of $1,000 each. Chris will attend Indiana University and Markel will attend the University of Illinois, Chicago. The Southland Parent Teacher Student Organization, otherwise known as the PTSO, awarded scholarships to 5 deserving students this month. We congratulate all of them and wish them well and much success in their future endeavors. Let's give it up for those names on the screen. The Ron Edmonds Scholarship Award, housed under the Superintendent's Commission for the Study of Demographics and Diversity, provides scholarships for students of color or students of poverty and has been accepted to a vocational or 2-year or 4-year institution of higher learning in both Chicago and the suburbs. These awards were announced early in April, and we are very proud of the 11 students who have received scholarships to the college or university of their choice. Let's give them a hand. The Tim Bradford Scholarship, in his honor, served as a commissioner of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, and 30 years as a commissioner and past president of the Olympia Fields Park District Board. $1,000 will be awarded to Madison Hall, who will attend the University of Illinois at Champaign-Urbana. The 20 Pearls Foundation Hidden Figure Scholarship is housed under the prestigious Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. The 20 Pearls Foundation is dedicated to providing service to the community. And one very important way they do this is through the scholarship program. This year's $1,000 20 Pearls Hidden Figure Scholarship is awarded to Ashley Espejo, who will attend the University of Illinois at Chicago. The Ron Brown, this is not listed in your program, but this came in later. The Ron Brown Scholar Program is one of the nation's leading scholarship programs for American youth. The 50 winners, selected from more than 4,000 participants and applicants, will receive mentoring, career counseling, and $40,000 toward their college expenses. Ron Brown scholars become innovators in fields as diverse as law, the arts, science, and public service. We want to congratulate Robert Lane Jr., who will use this award as he matriculates to the University of California, Berkeley. Now, all of our scholarship recipients were aware of their winnings and their scholarships, except for this one. And this is a very special one that has been in our graduation ceremonies over the past years. The Ronald Blackstone Memorial Scholarship has been established in memory of Ronald Blackstone by his loving family, Dr. Blondine Y. Davis, Joe and Jamie and Jessica Blackstone. Mr. Blackstone was an entrepreneur and served many communities by providing food and custodial services to many corporations and school districts across this nation. The $5,000 scholarship is awarded today to Jahari Toussaint. Jahari will be attending Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's give a hand to all of our scholarship winners. Thank you all and congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. And I'd like to again welcome all of you to the Southland College Preparatory High School 10th graduation. On behalf of the board president, all of the board of directors and the members, and Southland College Prep family, we greet you on tonight's occasion. As Dr. Blondine Davis has phrased it, this is a season of excellence and an expectation of excellence. So if I can add to Dr. Davis's motto for tonight, that is, this is a decade of expectation, a decade of excellence. And here at Southland College Preparatory High School, we've come to expect that. In class of 2023, you have not let us down. Give yourself a round of applause. So, class of 2023, you are truly a special class. You have done great things, and you have shown us that you are a great representative of excellence, and especially in the south suburbs. But let me tell you just a little bit of a story, because you are something that somebody said it couldn't be done. But when I think about all of the great things that Southland College Prep has done and how far Southland has come, it takes me to a poem that I had to learn when I was in college, Rude to the Bros, and that when I learned that poem, I had to go home on a break and my mother taught it to me. I was trying to figure out how did she know this poem, but she understood it and she knew it, and it inspired me to learn it. And I will share it with you right now. The poem is that somebody said it couldn't be done. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled within with a bit of a grin on his face. If he worried, he'd hit it. He started to sing as he tackled that thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Someone scoffed, "You'll never do that," or at least no one's ever done it. But he took off his coat and he took off his hat, and the next thing you know, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quitting, he started to sing as he tackled that thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to point out one by one that it couldn't be done. There are thousands to prophecy failure. There are thousands to point out one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle within, but a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go do it. Just tackle that thing that couldn't be done, and you'll do it. Southland, class of 2023, Southland started in 2010. Dr. Blondine Davis in the Madison School District Board 162 had a vision. She planted the seeds for that vision. And in 2008 to 2009, in those formative years, the planning started. She planted the seed, the board watered. And we began to go through the political fights, the political up and down, and then eventually we went through the Board of Education to have Southland certified as a high school, and Southland came to fruition. And here we are today. We began with 125 students in the O.W. Hoof Middle School in 2010. But now today, in 2011, we went to our inaugural building, the building which you are now fulfilled and have graduated from, a new renovated building, which was the Prudential Insurance Building, a calling center, and we rehabbed it. It cost $10 million to do that building. And with the board's credit rating and ability to borrow, and without raising any taxes on the community, we were able to raise and build a high school, but yet, somebody said it couldn't be done. So here we are today in this decade of excellence with a new performing arts center, a multi-purpose field house, and a soon-to-be added culinary school. Southland, you have truly grown in this season, this decade of excellence. Yet somebody said it couldn't be done. With 10 graduating classes from 2003 to now, with 2003 you being our 10th class, with millions of dollars in scholarships over the decades, here we are today with a 100% graduating rate, and now here we have with 2023, we see you. And we see that all that you have done, all that you have won, all of the scholarships, Yale, Harvard, Princeton, we see you. Yet somebody said it couldn't be done. So I want to leave you with this as you leave your alma mater. Somebody said it couldn't be done, but you have garnered $60 million in scholarship. Give yourself a round of applause. Someone thought that having a small high school in the south suburbs, you would never see anything great. But look at you now. You are going to go out and do great things. You are headed to some of the greatest institutions that this country has to offer. And you've done it with the sweat of your brow. You've done it with the undergirding of your faculty and staff in the school. But you've done it with the excellent pushing and the support of your parents. And of course, you've done it with your own tenacity. Give yourself a round of applause. So as you matriculate to all of these great institutions, you have to ask yourself one more thing. What else is on my list of great and excellent things to do? Because you will change the world. You will set us on a course that we need to be on. You will make things right that we have not seen done yet. You are an excellent class. And if I could, I'd borrow a little money from you because some of you guys got some loot coming your way. But what I want to just say is that I'm looking at Yale, Cal Poly, U of I, U of C, Princeton, Wash U, Howard, Fisk, Northwestern, Emory. Oh, what great things you are about to accomplish. Hang in there. Do your best because you've already been given the seeds to do your best. You've been given every tool you need to be excellent and show who you are. You are the greatest. You are the best. I congratulate you, and if you could, just give yourself a round of applause and let it bounce to that.
Thank you, Mr. Simpkins. It is now my pleasure to introduce Zoe Drago with a special message for our guests and graduates. A member and secretary of the National Honor Society, Zoe ranks number 5 in her class with a GPA of 4.7. Zoe is passionately involved in Southland's choir as a soprano section leader and delegate. Zoe has been recognized for her musical achievements with 6 IHSA Division I awards for ensemble and 3 IHSA Division I awards for solo performance. Zoe will attend the University of Alabama to study psychology and musical theater in hopes of being a successful singer-songwriter, therapist, Broadway star, and cosmetologist. Please welcome Zoe Drago to the stage.
Good evening, everybody. I'm about to give the most unpopular speech of the night, so please bear with me. To the class of 2023, congratulations on making it to the moment we have all been waiting for. These past 4 years have been the most challenging of my life. We have made it through the unimaginable, and now it is our time to shine. As each graduate walks across the stage, we will reflect on the past 4 years of our lives and look forward to a new chapter. The graduation ceremony is a festive occasion, but also a formal academic event and should be treated as so. I know all families present are so incredibly proud of their students, but we must have respect for other families as well. And yes, that includes my family. Let the names called here today be ingrained in our hearts and memories, for these are the students who blazed the trail at Southland College Prep. Therefore, students and their guests are expected to maintain a measure of decorum consistent with the occasion. As the graduates and administration approach the podium to begin the distribution of diplomas, we ask that you please refrain from distracting applause and any other forms of acknowledgement for the individual graduates until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. We ask that you give every single graduate the respect to have their name read. I know. Each graduate and their family are deserving of the dignity of hearing their graduate's name called. When the last student walks across the stage and the time for reflection has passed, I look forward to celebrating our many accomplishments with you as we announce our graduates. I appreciate everyone here, and I thank you for your continued support and cooperation in maintaining a dignified ceremony.
Thank you, Zoe. Dr. Davis, I am honored at this point to present diplomas to the class of 2023.
Thank you so much, Dr. Levy. On behalf of the Southland Board of Education and the and the Illinois State Board of Education, it is my privilege to accept your reference and your recommendation. And I ask staff, let us begin, please. Thank you.
Opayemi Adeyemi, attending Carleton College. Akira Allen, attending the University of Illinois, Chicago. Olivia Allen, attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Frederick Allen, attending the University of Memphis. Riley Bassano, attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Amari Beecham, Attending the Illinois State University. Ariane Blunson, attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Jada Bovia, attending Rice University. Cameron Branch, attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Nakia Brazil, attending Tougaloo College. Kylie Butler, attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Alea Cherry, attending Tougaloo College. Ashley Cooper, attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Oscar Corsino, attending Iowa State University. Joshua Danner, attending Wartburg College. Lauren Davis, attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Sasha Dixon, attending the University of Houston. Asia Dotson, attending Eastern Illinois University. Zoe Drago, attending the University of Alabama. Leon DuBose, attending Hampton University. Karma Edwards. Attending the University of Houston. Yasmin Edwards. Attending Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville. Jeffrey Egbuna. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Favor Emiko. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Ashley Espejo. Attending the University of Illinois Chicago. Anivia Evans. Attending Eastern Illinois University. Blessing Enyele. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Samaje Fitzpatrick. Attending the University of Memphis. Stephen Ford. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Maya Folks. Attending Arizona State University. Brandon Fountain. Attending the University of Illinois Chicago. Alicia Freeney. Attending the University of Memphis. Jada Fryer. Attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Amir Futrell. Attending West Virginia University. William Garcia. Attending Prairie State College. Fiona Giblin. Attending the University of Illinois in Chicago, Leasia Glenn. Attending Grambling State University, Hilario Gomez. Attending the University of Illinois in Chicago, Taylor Gray. Attending Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, Jakia Haley. Attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Madison Hall. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, Braden Hamer. Attending Illinois State University, Brandon Hamer. Attending Illinois State University, Ryan Harris. Attending Illinois State University, Niall Hatcher. Attending Northeastern Illinois University, Anaya Heffling. Attending Tennessee State University, Ahmad Hicks. Attending Indiana State University, Tyshawn Holden. Attending the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Jaden Humbles. Attending the University of Illinois in Chicago, Michael Igbanoba. Attending Princeton University, Ariana Ingram. Attending Illinois State University. India Ivy Jones. Attending Lewis University. Jasmine Jackson. Attending Governor State University. Robert Jackson. Attending California Institute of Technology, Caltech. Diana Jacobo. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Terrell James. Attending Indiana State University. Casey Johnson. Attending Columbia College in Chicago. Julian Johnson. Attending Governor State University. Kaylin Johnson. Attending Chicago State University. Sharky Johnson. Attending Indiana State University. Jalen Jones. Attending Fisk University. Simone Junius. Attending Wake Forest University. Caitlin Knights. Attending Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Layla Lane. Attending Illinois State University. Robert Lane. Attending the University of California, Berkeley. Ayana Lee. Attending the University of Illinois in Chicago. Donovan Lewis. Attending the School of Expressive Arts and Learning. Alexander Lofton. Attending the University of Arizona. Haley Love. Attending Yale University. Amaya Malone. Attending DePaul University. Christian Martin. Attending the University of Illinois, Chicago. Ramon Martinez. Attending Purdue University Northwest. Devin Marks. Attending Bradley University. Madison MacArthur. Attending the University of Illinois in Chicago. Ahava McClurklin. Attending Washington University in St. Louis. Yehoshua McClurklin. Attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Ayana McDonald. Attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Rain McGee. Attending Prairie State College. Emily Mells. Attending Georgia State University. Ethan Mells. Attending Eastern Illinois University. Omarion Mitchell. Attending Washington University in St. Louis. Daniel Moore. Attending the Calumet College of St. Joseph. Kendall Moore. Attending Fisk University. Malik Muhammad. Attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Ashley Murphy. Attending the University of Illinois, Chicago. Asia Murphy. Attending the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Brianna Obaseki. Attending Purdue University Northwest. Sestina Oduro. Attending Washington University in St. Louis. Eric Erica Ogwo. Attending Emory University. Precious Oyende. Attending Washington University in St. Louis. Jayla Phelps. Attending Tennessee State University. Jada Phillips. Attending Howard University. Jasmine Pickett. Attending Elmhurst University. Jordan Pickett. Attending Elmhurst University. Micah Pointer. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Kyrie Porter. Attending Western Illinois University. Amari Price. Attending Vanderbilt University. Deja Primer. Attending Illinois State University. Kirsten Robinson. Attending Emory University. Ariana Rogers. Attending Indiana State University. Donovan Ross. Attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Isaiah Scott. Attending Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. your class president, Kamari Scott. Attending the University of Missouri, Columbia. Christopher Siller. Attending Indiana State University. Michaela Slaughter. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Olivia Smallwood. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Taylor Spiff. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Kennedy Stevenson. Attending the University of Houston. Sanaya Sterling. Attending North Carolina A&T. Attorney Sean Strong. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Jalan Sykes. Attending Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. Sanaya Taylor. Attending Hampton University. Olivia Terrell. Attending Spelman College. Zaria Thomas. Attending St. Xavier University. Valdemir Tomlinson. Attending the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Johari Toussaint. Attending Georgia State University. Jalen Wade, attending Shaw University. Shamar Washington, attending Parkland College. Randall White, attending Eastern Illinois University. Talia Whitcliffe, attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Tamia Whitcliffe, attending the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Captain Markel Fields, attending the University of Illinois, Chicago. And Elijah Garner, attending the University of Missouri, Columbia.
Dr. Davis, Board of Education, family, and friends, it is my pleasure to introduce the Southland College Prep Charter High School graduating class of 2023. So family, this is your moment. Let me hear it. Graduates, at this time, move your tassels from right to left.
Do you know, when I thought about what I might share today, I thought dreams really do come true. And for Southland College Prep, we were once just a dream, perhaps not even a dream, I don't know, just a thought, a whisper in the wind, a question, perhaps. And the question that was asked was very simply, can we do it? And for me, because I'm a teacher, that's what I will be forever. The question really was about the dream, about the future of our students, and about our community. Could we educate all students who enter our doors and do it well? But we define well as providing a competitive education defined by any standard. So here we are today celebrating our 10th commencement, and I like to think of it as a decade of excellence. Yes, Southland has continued to grow, not just physically, but what is most important, the strength of our academic program. We know that with hard work we can accomplish anything, and we have. But you may think, how did this happen? And I thought about 4 words. I thought about persistence and patience and promise and passion. Each member of Southland's first decade of graduating classes benefited from the school's founding proposition that's very simple, that every child has a right to learn and to achieve the 21st century skills needed for success. And to me, there are 3: to think critically, to problem solve, and to make good decisions. But when I think about the class of 2023, not only have they made good decisions, they've made excellent ones. The graduates of our first 10 classes fully understood that with education, they could become anything that they wish to be. And they have come to know that Southland is a place that I like to think of as unlimited possibilities and unlimited potential. And so I say to you today that I'm absolutely certain that dreams can and do come true. But today we celebrate the fulfillment of a dream. A decade is a long time, 10 years. Each of the classes building on the success of their predecessors to create a legacy of excellence for a very small school, because that's what we are. But just a little bit about the class of 2023, because they face unprecedented challenges. Yet they addressed every one of them and they met them. The class of 2023 faced the challenge of navigating their high school years during an international pandemic, which created a whole new world of social distancing, and we know all about that. It's the only reason that we're here tonight, because we're kind of tired of social distancing. But it also introduced us to virtual learning. But you know what? They endured and they progressed anyway. And so now, for the 10th consecutive year, Southland is celebrating that all members of the class, and actually there are 127 of them in this very room, are graduating. So could we give all 127 of them a round of applause? And you've heard several speakers talk about the $60 million that this class, the class of 2023, has earned, and $350 million over the past decade. But you know what I have to say about that? Let's give it a round of applause. But parents, the fulfillment of a dream can be expensive. And so as we open, Mr. Simpkins, and you know that was our goal, that we wanted all of our students to be accepted at a college. It was also our goal to do everything that we can to lift the burden off of the working middle class. How would the dream be possible if you were looking at a $60,000 to $70,000 expense every year? And so that is our secondary goal. First of all, the preparation, the selection, but then the dream has to go forward and we have to pay for the dream. That's simply the way it is. So you've heard earlier about our valedictorian, Haley Love, and that she's been admitted to 5 Ivy League schools and selected as a Gates Scholar. But a Gates Scholar means that her education, as long as she wants to stay in school, could be master's, could be doctorate, Mr. Johnson, is paid for. That's what a Gates Scholarship is, so we're happy about that. We note with pride that Southland graduates have been admitted finally to all top 50 colleges in our nation and all universities. Five members of the class of 2023 were offered full ride scholarships to California Polytech, a full ride scholarship. And let me tell you a little bit about that, because our students now are all over the United States. The president of the university called because he had one of our students there, and he said, what is going on at this place called Southland that is different? And we tried to explain it to him, but it wasn't until he sent someone to us and they spent time visiting classes that they finally understood that there are no limits, and that what we're trying to do is to make sure that not only are our students competitive, but they're successful. First, he offered us one scholarship. Now we're at 5. And so to our students, excellence sometimes has a reward, not always, but this time excellence has an award. Because what I truly believe about colleges and universities, that they're afraid that we cannot do it. Now they know we can. Now they know we can. And so as you hear about this year's Ivy League group, Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, Princeton, University of Penn State, and Yale, they're not just accepting us because we're nice people, although we feel that we are. They're accepting our young people because they know that they will contribute something to academia there. They will contribute something to the reputation of the school, but also we can persist, we can stay the course, and we will graduate. That's why. So let's give a round of applause to just persistence. But we never forget about our HBCUs because they're out there. Never, 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 never. And so we have students who are going to Howard and Spelman and Morehouse, Xavier University of Louisiana and Hampton. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't say Tougaloo, because I do sit on the Board of Trustees there. Can we give a round of applause to the HBCUs? But I'm not sure that you're aware of this, but a number of our graduates have been admitted to the state's flagship school, which is the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And that's good. You can clap for that. But this class sits on over 1,000 acceptances, 1,000 as a group. And you may ask parents, why is that necessary? It's necessary simply because of choice. It's necessary because of choice. Because we want to be able to evaluate all of the decisions that we made, going back to that whole issue of making positive decisions and going the best place. And so I don't want to say that we're in a bidding war. That might sound negative, but we want to go to the highest ranked school that gives us the best possible package in terms of financial support. That's what we want to do. And so that's why we're applying. So 10 years of excellence, and you may think, how did these things come to be? Well, part of it is about good people. And so I want to, I don't have to introduce you to him, but I want to lift him up because Dr. Corey Levy does a magnificent job of running this school. No, he's not leaving. That's not why we're applauding him. We're applauding him because he deserves it. And parents, if you looked at the dynamics of what goes on the stage. Not that the students did not want to receive their diplomas, because certainly they do, but I noticed the warmth and the numbers of students that took a moment just to hug you and to shake your hand and to thank you. But I thank you, Dr. Lever. Thank you. No, this is not a night for tears, and Dr. Levy is not going to cry. But something else I want to tell you. For 8 years, a man walked with us and gave leadership to our primary objective, college acceptance for 100% of our students. But while he was helping us and building this base, simultaneously he was mentoring someone and building a firm foundation. His name was Ron Anderson. And even though he's no longer with us, his dream was that he was mentoring a younger man, a man that he knew had a different skill set. And his name happens to be Robert Lane. I don't know who he is. Mr. Lane, wherever you are. But if you know Mr. Lane, you know that he may not be the hugger that Mr. Anderson was. And remember, if you've been at Southland Parents for a while, that Mr. Lane and Mr. Anderson were all over the building, but you could hear Mr. Anderson's laughter because he had just a joyful kind of effect on the entire school. But Mr. Lane, he told me one day, he said, you know, Dr. Davis, I want Robert Lane to turn water into ice and walk on it. But I want to share with you today that I believe that Mr. Robert Lane has not only walked across the ice, he probably built ice castles and possibly learned how to do a triple axel. So, Mr. Lane, wherever you are, I don't know if you're back there or not. If you are, please come out. We thank him. He is methodical. He's aggressive after every dime and every opportunity for you, the class of 2023. So he deserves accolades. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. But you know, there's another group out there, and some of you wear hats. You call yourselves, I'm a parent. Some of you are grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. And I say that these spectacular achievements of the first 10 classes in academics, on the athletic field, and in the performing arts are a tribute to you. Your patience, your support, your help in shaping values. You know, I feel it every day, and sometimes you may think, she's only saying that on these robocalls. No, I feel it every day. You define Southland because you understand that the dream is built only on the base of values, that the dream defines itself by the futures of your families. That's what the dream is. And so I thank you. Give yourself a round of applause, please. But you know, over the years, as I prepared, I looked back, and what we're standing on, and I'm only going to share a few, but I don't know if anyone remembers Ian Katuku, the class of 2014, graduated from Columbia. Amani Thornton, 2014, Princeton, UCLA, Mr. Murphy, Columbia Law School, and she's graduated, okay? Amani Fountain, a master's degree from UIC. But what about Senada Smith? You've seen that movie, An Officer and a Gentleman? Senada, yes. Do you know he is the only Southland student that, Mr. Johnson, Our first speaker was Senator Durbin, and he approached Senator Durbin and said, "I want to be an officer," and Senator Durbin responded to him. And so he's a first lieutenant in the Air Force Academy, and he graduated in 2020. How about that? There's a dream out there. There's a dream out there for everyone, but is your name on it? And that was his dream. But then there's our little Taylor Tyler, who wanted nothing to do with law. But parents, every once in a while, you have an influence, and her father said, "You're going to law school, you're going to law school," and so she did. Graduated from Northwestern in 3 years. Went on to graduate already from law school and is now practicing law at her father's law firm. How about that? But what about the Cortangs? And a number of them have come through here, and they, their father, their mother, all of them want to be doctors. And so Amy graduated in 2015, but she's now in Yale Medical School. Her sister Esther graduated in 2016, but she is now also in Yale Medical School. And then there's our Christian Davis, 2016 at Stanford. So I'm sharing this because this spring on commencement stages at Columbia University in New York, at the University of Pennsylvania, at Vanderbilt, Northwestern, the University of Illinois, and scores of other institutions, members of Southland's earlier graduating classes are walking and being awarded their own four-year degree. Many graduates are earning master's degrees and law degrees. They're in medical school. But this is what happens when a community makes up its minds and a dream comes true. So what's the next chapter for the class of 2013 for you? Well, for those of us who have lived to witness astronauts walk on the moon, and we have, we've experienced the devastation of polio being virtually eradicated from the globe, and it has been. Everyone, and we know this because you carried most of your cell phones, smartphones across the stage, are now learning about technology in a different format. But now there's something that's being introduced to us that we're thinking about, and that's artificial intelligence. So I'm confident that you that are sitting here, the next generation, will be scientists and scholars, and you will conquer many new frontiers. Some of you will be educators, you'll be engineers, but some of you may want to go into technology because I think we're on some kind of a paradigm, a breakthrough, where something hitherto that was unknown to us is going to become a fact. That could be you, that you're going to discover a way of using technology that was unknown to us. But what I want you to do, though, is to have passion. You know, if you look at a job and it's only a source of income, it's not a source of pleasure, a source of happiness, then it's just a job. And so I chose that song for you, I Hope You Dance, on purpose, because the song I Hope You Dance only talks about your happiness and what I want for you, and that each day be unique and that you build on that. But you know, sometimes I think, very nervous. And parents, we've had a lot of tears throughout the school because they're getting ready to leave. And, you know, even I get a surprise every once in a while. But let me tell you what I'm thinking as I look up. I'm thinking that somewhere, if this roof could open up and we could see the outside, there would be the North Star. And you know enough about history to know that the North Star is the star that brought slaves home, and they followed the North Star to bring them to the North. But you know what? That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, shh, give me a minute, just give me a minute. I'm thinking that this star will bring you back to us. And why am I thinking that? You're going out into an entirely new world. What happens if there are rain clouds and if there's thunder and something happens and you don't know what to do? What you do is to pick up the phone and you call us. You know, at one time I thought that it was going to be sufficient that we give you a quality education and we send you out, but that's not true. Our commitment to you is everlasting as long as we exist. That whatever problem, whatever issue, whatever anything that you encounter, that you bring it back to us. And so follow that star and look at it and remember that there's some help out there. You may remember India Getting. She came to see me one day this week. And she said, Dr. Davis, I graduated from Penn State, but I want to go to law school. And so I said, you know what? We'll help. We'll help. And in the choir back there, because you know our choir is a combination of current students and alumni. There's a student from Hampton, and she is an architect. But we arranged this summer because you mentioned that we're building this kitchen, Mr. Simpkins. So she's going to have a position this summer, and she'll begin to learn the practical aspects of being an architect. But we have a few people that ran into trouble at schools, and you know, who can speak better for you than us? And so I tell you, and I tell your parents, that should you need us, we travel. But no one can explain better to a university who you are, because we know your innate goodness, we know your weaknesses, we know your strengths, and we can come to you and make absolutely sure that this future that we're envisioning for you, and you heard Congressman Kelly talk about the fact that there are goals out there waiting for you. And you know, one of the things that is of interest to me, you know, everyone is trying to come to our country because of the promise, the dream. Remember that from history? Give us your tired, your poor, longing to be free. We know the Statue of Liberty is in New York. But you know what? We still choose to believe it. We choose to believe it, we embrace it, and we know that it can be our reality, but only if you're going to make changes out there that are going to lead us in that direction. And so that's our commitment to you, that no matter what happens, we will always be there for you. But you know, sometimes there's a person that can, I don't know what we're laughing, but I'm going to, okay, let's clap. Sometimes you need a little help. And when I thought of who could tell the story, when I thought about who the person would be that could come into your hearts, a person came to mind, and I'm not sure where he is, but shh, one second. Stephen, somewhere you are, I don't know. Do you have a word for us? Because what I want them to do, I want them always to understand that the world has to hear them. And I think that you're the person to bring that message.
Well, matter of fact, Dr. Davis, I do.
This is the kid with the beautiful voice.
I walk out, and oh, my soul is cloudy. If troubles come, and my heart is in need, then I am still in wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Go out and tell our story. Let it echo far and wide. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Our justice was our battle and our justice was denied. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And say to those who blame us for the way we chose to fight, that sometimes there are battles which are more than black or white. And I could not put down my sword when justice was my right. Make them hear you. Go out and tell our story to your daughters and your sons. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. And tell them in our struggle we were not the only ones. Make them hear you. Make them hear you. Your sword can be a servant for the power of the pen. Teach every child to raise his voice, and then, my brothers, then will justice be demanded by 10 million righteous men. Make them hear you when they hear you.
you.